Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new episode of the Sporter Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of royalty with the reigning five-time Mr. Olympia champion in the classic physique division, one of the top athletes in the world, not just in bodybuilding. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcoming Christoper Bumstead, also known by his fans as C-Bum, the legendary Canadian bodybuilder. How are you, Christoper? Assalamu alaikum.
I'm good. Happy to be here in Dubai and excited to get on with this.
This is not your first time in Dubai. How do you like Dubai so far?
It's beautiful. I mean, when I like to travel, my favorite part of traveling is the food. And Dubai has amazing food. So
it has.
We just go to the best restaurants every night. We work all day, go to get good food at night, and it's a good time.
Do you have trouble getting into restaurants? Do you have like fan interactions happening in the restaurants?
Only a little bit, you know, like sometimes while we're eating, people will come up and ask for a quick picture, but it's not like a swarming event. It's like maybe 5 to 10 people a night, you know?
Yeah, nice. Did you expect this welcome from the fans in the Middle East? You know,
I never really know what to expect. I know I have a good amount of followers in the Middle East because I can see that online, but it's always different when you see it in person. So it's cool, and you know, I'm grateful for the support as always.
It is amazing. Let's talk about the beginning. How did you get into bodybuilding? From what we understood is you had a lot in your family, like bodybuilders in the family. How did you get into bodybuilding in the first place? What helped you make this decision?
So I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and I'm very athletic, but I didn't really have the skill. So I was the fastest, I could jump the highest, I was really strong, but I couldn't dribble a basketball or shoot the basketball very well. So I spent all my time in the gym training because that's what I was good at. And then when I was about 17, my sister started dating my now brother-in-law, Ian Valliere, who's a bodybuilder, and he was a coach at the time too. He saw I had really good genetics, so he's like, you should try competing if you want. And I was like, I would love to. So he coached me for about a year. I did my first bodybuilding show where me and my sister actually competed together at the same show.
The same year, yes.
And we both won. I won juniors and overall bodybuilding, and I just fell in love with the whole process and ran with it.
The gym bug bit you, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Into it. You've made amazing achievements, man. Since you turned pro into bodybuilding, you had the 2017 first place in the Pittsburgh Pro, and then winning the Toronto Pro 2017 and 2018.
Yeah.
Before you get into the Olympia and you know scoring second place in 2 consecutive years, and then it skyrocketed 5 times. Where we are right now, the 5-time Mr. Olympia in the classic physique. What was the most memorable competition you had?
I don't think I can pick one, honestly, which is something I'm very grateful for because they all have their own beautiful moments. 2018 was the most difficult, but the most rewarding to get through, and I came second that year. But it was the most struggle I had, suffering I had gone through a prep. I got kind of sick, but then I still made it through. I didn't quit on myself, and that really showed me the potential that my mindset had into my physical mindset, how that could play together and what I could do. It showed I had a lot more power inside me than I realized. And then the following year, I was able to use that, win Olympia. And of course, the first one's always very sweet because when you're the underdog, there's no pressure. You come in, you have fun, you can shock the world and enjoy it. And then every year after that, the pressure's on. It's what's expected of you, and it gets harder and harder and harder every year. So every year has presented new challenges and new beautiful moments. And honestly, I've loved all of them.
I think that stuck to you, the struggling part. During each prep, you have to have something happening.
Yeah.
You know, the kidney issue in 2017, the biceps issue last year, and this year as well, you had some struggles and obstacles you had to run. I think this summarizes your motto, the savage mentality. How do you overcome these setbacks? What helped you, you know, keeping the pressure on, keeping the prepping on, not quitting?
It's hard to say. There's probably a million factors. I have a really good support system, which is probably one of the highest. A lot of people that believe in me, not only fans, but my family and friends around me, they really believe in me. But it's also just understanding that when those hard times come and it feels like shit and you want to quit, that's normal. If you want to achieve something great and something difficult, no matter what, you're going to go through that. It's going to happen. So when it happens, don't fight it. Don't wish it wasn't there. Just accept it. Ride through that hard part and understand that the sun will rise tomorrow and it'll get over it. So when I learned that lesson in 2018, I was like, fuck it. Nothing is going to stop me. I'm never going to quit no matter what until I choose to retire. But no matter the challenge or obstacle that comes, I'm going to persevere and push through it. And when I decided that, I didn't look back and just ran with it.
Nice. Let's talk about the savage mentality. What does it mean to you?
It's more champion mentality. Savage is more of a funny word that came into it, but it's really about having no quit. You know, champion mentality, my concept, is not about winning, not about the trophies, it's just about not quitting on yourself. And in the process of not quitting, it's about being the best version of yourself, not just a bodybuilder, but as a husband, as a father, for me soon to be, as a man, brother, everything. It's just being the best person you can be while also being the best champion you can be, because no one wants an asshole who's alone at the top of the mountain. You know, if you win a trophy and you go home and you have no family to celebrate with, or you're depressed and anxious because you've suppressed your emotions for your whole life, it's not enjoyable. You have to have the whole picture to actually be happy in your life. So champion mentality is something that's grown every year, and every lesson I learn, I just kind of add it to the creed.
Do you find it difficult to balance between your family life, career life, and the competition or prepping to the competition during the past 5 years, let's say?
I mean, it's as difficult as anything that's worth it, you know? Everything is difficult to their own extent if you want to be good at it, but it's all worth it in the end. And I have the best support system. My wife, Courtney, she understands what I'm going through, and she understands the sacrifice I make now is to better both of us in the future. And she supports me at the end of the day, and we do a really good job as a team.
She's been through all the thick since the beginning. Yeah. Shout out to Courtney. What about the training philosophy? You're an old schooler. You believe into some sort of a bro split training program. Let's describe your training program.
I mean, my belief in training is whatever works best for you. That's it. If it works, it works. I don't care about optimal bullshit. If you do it, you feel good, you enjoy it, and you're growing, getting stronger, that's it. That's all that matters. For myself, though, I do like to train bro split. I like to annihilate one body part and just move on to the next one the next day. So that's how I've trained most of my career. Near the end of my career, I started training 1.5 body parts a day. So I would do like a chest dominant workout with a little bit of triceps. I like a delt dominant workout with a little bit of chest, back with a little bit of biceps, so I could hit everything twice every 8 days. And I found that helped me a lot to improve.
At the same time, keeping some room for recovery for the muscle groups that
exactly, yeah.
Smashed.
So instead of me doing like a split in 7 days, I made it 8 days. So I would rotate every 8 days instead of a typical week, and so I could take 2 days off in that time frame. When I was really young, I trained like 6 or 7 days a week, and I could do it because when we were 20 years old, we all know we can do anything.
Yeah.
But when I started to get older, it started to hold me back. I started to get some injuries. So then I realized if I take a little bit more rest, I actually recover better and grow more. So it's all about fine-tuning and listening to your body and understanding what you need.
Everything evolves. Your way of understanding your body evolves by time.
Exactly, yeah.
How did the nutrition part, how did it change through the years? Is it the same through like the past 5 Olympias? Is it the same calorie intake, same nutrition, or how did it evolve through the years?
I mean, calorie intake for a diet changed. If anyone's ever done multiple preps, your body changes every year, so you just have to adapt as it comes. But in 2018, when I got sick and I found out I have an autoimmune disease, that's what switched my whole idea on nutrition. And it wasn't just about macros and protein and calories, but it was about the quality of the food I was eating. And instead of me having a cheat meal of like McDonald's or something, like some shitty food, I started to have a lot healthier food. I'd make a homemade burger with grass-fed beef, and like organic ketchup and gluten-free buns, you know, just as healthy as I could be. And I started to enjoy eating healthier because I felt better. So I stopped eating a lot of sugar, I stopped eating processed foods, and I realized not only was it better for my health, but my body enjoyed it more. I had better energy, I could sleep better, my brain could focus more.
And it helps you through the rest of the, it helps carries you through the rest of the prep or the dieting part.
Exactly, yeah. And if you eat healthy all year when you start dieting, you're not cutting stuff out, so you don't miss it. I don't miss sweets when I'm dieting because I never eat it all year. So it actually made dieting a little bit easier. But it was more so just focusing on my health rather than just my physique.
I think eventually this is what bodybuilding is about, is building the body, So the health part is something that has to be dialed down in order for you to continue, carry on, or the body to give more as you progress.
Yeah.
We'll go through the rapid fire question part of the show. We're gonna ask you some questions. Personal opinion, there's no right or wrong. Morning or evening training, which one you prefer?
Evening.
Evening training, because you'll be fed?
I have better workouts at night, but now that I'm a business owner and I'm busy at work all day, it's easier to work in the morning because I get it done and then I can work all day and I'm not tired. But when I'm in prep and I'm in the office less, I just have more energy at night and I have a better workout.
You have more energy to it.
Yeah.
Best cheat meal during a prep? Which meal do you prefer?
I'm very simple. I like a hamburger and sweet potato fries.
Yeah, it's like the standard cheat meal, yeah?
One of my favorite cheat meals, not in prep though, is Thanksgiving dinner.
Nice.
Like stuffing, turkey, mashed potatoes, all that stuff.
It has the food and the social aspect of it.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is your favorite muscle part to train?
That's a tough one. Probably back. It's become back. Yeah, I enjoy that a lot.
You have a massive back, man. So
if I'm healthy and I'm full of energy, I like training legs too, but not in prep.
If you could train with any bodybuilder, any historical figure, who will it be and why?
Damn, that's hard.
Dead or alive, anything.
They have to be a bodybuilder?
If you could train with a historical figure of bodybuilding, who would you train with?
Dorian Yates in his prime.
Wow.
In his prime. I mean, still now would be really cool too, but him in his prime, that would be a sight to see.
Man, he's a master. He's a master. His training philosophies still until now proved to be the way to go. You know, the training. The high intensity, low volume training.
He was very intelligent in all aspects of life too. So I feel like you get like the training philosophy and then post-workout life philosophy from him too, you know?
I think you and Dorian would go along very well. He's an introvert as well.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't talk much, he just trains, smashes.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point, yeah. All right, in your opinion, who's the most influential bodybuilder of all time?
Arnold. No question.
No questions asked.
Period, yep, that's it.
Yeah. Respect to that. All right, so in the future, what are your future plans? Is there any fitness goal that you haven't achieved yet and you're looking to achieve?
I mean, every year I compete, as proud as I am of my physique, I see the flaws that I can improve. So there's little things with that. But are you just asking physical goals or anything?
Yeah, fitness goals.
Fitness goals?
Yeah.
I mean, when I retire, my fitness goals are going to change completely. I want to be able to run like a 5-minute mile while deadlifting 500 pounds and still be like a jacked dad. Yeah. But right now, I'm just focusing on perfecting my physique to be the best classic physique I can be.
Yeah, you did. All right, now the question I think in the mind of most of the fans, will there be an attempt for the next year's classic physique title?
I thought you were going to ask me if I was going to open.
Are you going to attempt the classic physique title next year?
The plan,
or 5 is enough.
The plan's always one more. You know, I'm enjoying this right now, and that's all I can say. I got one more in me, then we'll go from there, and we'll just keep going.
Much love, man. Much respect, man. How do you stay interacted? How do you interact with the fans? You have one of the most huge fan database. You have 17 million Instagram followers so far. You are one of the most influential athletes in general of all times. How do you interact with the fans?
I definitely get more of a connection in person. I enjoy talking to people in person, but I'm an introvert, so sometimes when people don't treat me like a human, when I'm just like a selfie stick, you know, sometimes I feel super like uncomfortable, but that's just my introvert nature. But when I meet people who can like, they see me and they're grateful for how much I've helped them, and they're like are sharing something personal and that they've gone through and how I've helped them, that's probably my favorite experience I have with fans. I had a few people at the Olympia talk about how I've mentally, some really young kids too, talked about how I've mentally helped them a lot, and they brought tears to my eyes, and I was just super grateful that I'm just doing what I love and that I can have that kind of impact on someone to better their life. Nothing inspires me more to be a better person than that.
And you're so humble, so down to earth, it elevates you, man. Yeah,
Thank
you know that. How did it change you? All of this, success story. How did it change you as a person?
I mean, I think one of the things I'm most proud of is my mom, my dad, my sister, my fiance, my friends. They all tell me how I haven't changed. To my core, I'm still exactly the same person I am. I'm a little bit more outgoing now. Like if you tried to interview me 6 years ago, I probably would have just had 2-word answers. It's forced me to come into my shell a lot. It's forced me to have a lot of mental growth. You know, there's a lot of eyes on me, there's a lot of pressure on me. And when that happens, you either make or break. And it's forced me to dive deep and understand who I am as a man, not just a bodybuilder, and kind of understand what hurts me, what makes me happy, my aches, my pains, and my joys, and understand how to navigate life with all that. So it's really just opened up a book of getting to know myself a lot better and becoming more of who I already was.
Yeah, I'm into that, man. Wise words. Who's your toughest competitor?
My toughest competitor? I mean, the only one who's beat me is Breon, so I gotta give it to him.
The arch enemy.
Not anymore, but right now it's just me versus me.
Yeah, man, much respect. You have dominated the scenes, and this is agreed upon by all the athletes in the sport itself. What are your future plans outside of the bodybuilding world?
I mean, right now my biggest passion outside of bodybuilding is the businesses we're growing. Raw has been such a fun experience growing this supplement company. I'm building it with some of my best friends, and we get to travel doing stuff like this, so I couldn't be more grateful for all that. And even I've had to talk about the impact that I've had on some people. Even the company we're building, people are saying it's having a similar impact for the message we share and some of the stuff we do. So that's really something that's fun to see, that we're building something bigger than just myself. And I've been enjoying that. In the future, I hope to find some way to use my platform to kind of give back to the same community that has helped me, whether some kind of charity, but also mentally being able to, like, the biggest thing that's changed my life is my mental growth. And I want to be able to share that with people who understand that they don't need to be rich and famous and successful to be happy, but it's about going inside and discovering yourself better.
Nice.
So if I can find some way to push that out there when I'm a little bit less distracted from competing, then I'm going to chase and pursue that.
Wow.
But I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm still brainstorming that one.
Yeah, so many to do, man. Before we wrap up, any words of wisdom for those getting into bodybuilding?
I mean, just enjoy it. Bodybuilding's meant to be fun. Like I was talking about a bit, the pressure I felt, the stuff people talking about optimal training, all this shit. When you're starting, wipe that shit out the floor, put it in the garbage, and just go to the gym and lift heavy or lift light, however you want to lift. Have fun and enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up about how you look or how strong you are. Don't be embarrassed to try new exercises or anything. Just experiment, have fun, build a beautiful community at the gym, because everybody at the gym, you know, you train, you build a good community, you can find good friends, and it's just about enjoying it and challenging yourself and being a better version of yourself. So release the pressure and have fun with it.
Amazing, man. Well said, well said. Chris Bumstead, it's an honor.
Thank you.
And a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having us. And I wish you the best of luck. We'll all be cheering for you. Enjoy your stay in Dubai. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to shout out for Sporter for making this possible. Of course, raw supplements are available on Sporter. Is there anything new happening with the raw supplement?
We have a new line coming out soon that's focused more on performance of training, like endurance and stuff, as opposed to some of the typical bodybuilding stuff. So that's going to be coming out in the new year. And I mean, you guys have first access to a lot of the American stuff, so you'll be getting that first in the Middle East, which will be fun. Man. But other than that, we're just perfecting what we're doing. You know, now that we have such a wide range of SKUs, instead of making more and more, we want to make them better and better. So as new ingredients, new research comes out, we're going to adapt what we have to just make it better and better. And that's our main focus.
Yeah. What you have now is amazing. And shout out to you for having this collaboration and bringing out the Bumstead supplement line.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Which
flavor do you prefer? The pre-workout flavors?
Oh my God, it changes all the time. I love the Dragon Fruit Savage, one of my favorite, and we just made a brand new raspberry lemonade. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah. And the protein, the whey protein?
I'm pretty basic. I really like the vanilla, but in my off season, the mint chocolate chip is one of my favorite.
That's amazing. Yeah,
it's
I had
great,
that one. I just finished the top.
It has little chocolate
week.
chips in it.
It's amazing. Man.
Yeah.
It has like an actual chocolate pieces inside of it. Chris, thank you very much for this interview. Wish you the best of luck in the upcoming events, plans, goals, and yeah, that's
Thank you, man.
That's
Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. In and out. Any questions for Chris?